It's Week 18 of the NFL.
And coming up, we'll see the electric Jaden Daniels. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Commanders
and the Giants.
And it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. It's been a good season for them so far. They're just looking to keep that momentum going forward.
They like their record. Now they want to increase it. A win here could really get the momentum going in the right direction.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point. But, boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
"22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And off we go on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
And what I loved about meeting with him was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
On first down, Clemens. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. You talk about this Washington defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Up the middle they go. Clemens. He'll take this to the 46.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the Commanders who picked up the road victory, so they'll be fighting for the season sweep in this one. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Daniels. Short throw, he's got Kraft. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll run on first down. Pruitt. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 5. Now Daniels. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing now is Daniels.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Daniels going to throw for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Here's Daniels.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. and they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Daniels looking to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Myers. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the deep.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man covers were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That one taken in by Neighbors. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground to about the 33-yard line. You talk about this Giant defense. They come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
Here's 3rd and 6. To the air goes Daniels. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out? and giving the ball back to their offense.
This will be fielded at the 17. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
A throw right side caught by Neighbors.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. He's got a rushing touchdown in the game already as you check to see where he is ranked in rushing TDs coming into the weekend.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. So from the 26-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his man, complete. That's Myers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st down, Pruitt. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
2nd and a couple.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pruitt. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 34-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 34. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 4th down, here's Daniels. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. On play action, they'll throw. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Now a handoff up the middle. Clemens, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, nice little buffing. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Clemens, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you can see he leads the league in rushing as he enters this final week. So we'll see how involved they want him to be here in this regular season finale. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he's got his man on the out route. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Big yardage that time for Washington. 44 yards. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Back to throw now on first down. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. Back to throw. Daniels. That's taken in by Watson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw again. That is caught. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
They'll look to throw again. Touchdown! A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. To the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Washington on third down, not good, 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Up the middle they go. Clemens. And this will be a Giants first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Fights through him. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Has his man, it's Shakir. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 23, here's second down and a yard. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Stanley. First target, first catch, and a first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his pass incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Stanley. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes for that tight end to leak out into the end zone. Touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The home team's offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. To throw is Daniels. Open man, it's Palmer. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And they'll send Watson in motion right. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll begin with an always physical one in the NFC East. Heated rivals, Dallas and Philadelphia, at it again. And it's the Eagles who are out in front. A touchdown there for Saquon Barkley. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. The Aviators are able to finish strong, and they are a top contender for a Super Bowl title as they wind up at 14-3 on the year.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Daniels. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Myers. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. This now a 3rd and 4. Daniels looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll run on first down. Pruitt. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing now is Daniels. That's completed right side to Palmer. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Here's Daniels. Eluding the pressure right. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
To the air goes Daniels. Over the middle, complete. That's Palmer. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Daniels. Catch made by Watson on the out route. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Washington. Tucker Kraft. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. He's on his way. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Well, this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Christian Watson. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Gay is on for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 4. Steps away to his left. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Now back to throw. Shakir hauls it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
And, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And, Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Going right side is White. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Stanley.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Kayvon Thibodeau
able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play.
This is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Kayvon Thibodeau able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And his kick here is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That is caught. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? You got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
2nd and 13.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 70th catch for him on the year. And like so many others, this goes for a 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Pruitt, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Daniels got his man complete over the middle. It's Myers. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
On 1st down,
Pruitt.
and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, Daniels. That's taken in by Palmer.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And possession switching back to the New York Giants. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. And they get the guard, John Runyon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll set up to throw. Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Again, it's Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. From the 25, here's 2nd down and 2. They'll try the right side here with White. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Back to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Commanders are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
As the Commanders make their way out on offense, let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground.
Pruitt. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, Pruitt. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This is taken at the 23. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And they will take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And the catch made by Johnson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. From the 46, here's a 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They go play action here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Stanley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Motion man is Shakir. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and now we've got a 3rd and 4. White running to the left. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Back to throw. He completes it right side to White. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. In motion goes the tight end. This is caught. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
They'll drop the throw.
That's to the pylon and incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Rachaad White.
A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Giants' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
4th and goal. The defense needed one more stand. They couldn't get it.
I just wonder if they were thinking heavy run here in that situation instead of being able to play the pass, and they were beaten on that possession.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told.
And it was all finished off by a touchdown catch from Rachaad White. And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They'll run on 1st down.
Pruitt.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
55 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now 2nd and 3.
They'll keep it on the ground.
Pruitt. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's 1st down.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Commanders, they make NFL history with this, their 17th win without a loss, a perfect 17-0 on the regular season.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Giants,
and they'll limp to the finish line a bit with a final record of 5-12.
And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.